Hello and welcome to a new video. Today we're gonna take a look at the Florges in the Open Master League. Right now I feel like a lot of people are not really that interested in Go Battle League. I do understand it with the current cups that are available, but honestly I kinda want to take a look at the Florges here anyway. This Pokemon is one of them that I kinda want to still build because it's actually pretty decent right now. You're going to see here them going to be able to go for a Moonblast against the opponent's Yveltal, and you can still get to another Moonblast in order to knock out the opponent here, which is going to be amazing. This Pokemon itself has the options to go for the Fairy Wind as a fast move, which is definitely better than, for example, Quick Attack for the Zacian. Or in general, you're also going to have Disarming Voice, which is actually not even the worst move ever for Fairy types, which is going to be also a very decent bait move here. You're going to have a lot of Fairy type damage, which is in the current meta really good actually. This is like one of the things that Zacian kinda lacks. Yes, you have Play Rough, but otherwise you don't really do that much Fairy type damage. Usually you run with like something like Quick Attack, Close Combat, Wild Charge, so that's kinda wild. Issue for this team, definitely Ho-Oh. Like, Ho-Oh is going to be really difficult to deal with. They're actually running Earthquake as well, which is better for you, I guess. Not the ideal move timing here. There's going to be a Brave Bird though. You're going to let this move go through. This was definitely not the ideal move timing from yourself, as you're going to now have to deal with a Dialga against you. This is the thing here as well with the lead. You show once basically against a 5-turn move like it is for the opponent there with the Incinerate. You should just go ahead, go for 2 fast moves with Mud Shot, and then you basically don't allow the opponent to sneak another one in there or get to the next charge move. So definitely something that here didn't work out whatsoever, but that's something that you definitely have to keep in mind. There's definitely some issue with Ho-Oh leads for this team, but here, for example, Florges now against a Lugia should be a pretty okayish matchup. I actually wonder who wins this matchup. You're going to have the advantage of resisting the fast move of the opponent, which is actually one of the main damaging sources from the Lugia. Are you going to shield this move? You're going to shield this move. It's going to be a Sky Attack bait. This is going to be an interesting matchup now, as the opponent still going to be able to go for an Aeroblast, which definitely doesn't knock you out yet, but it's going to be an interesting one. Think Disarming Voice, you're going to not do enough damage to knock out the opponent, but you might get to 2, so that might be the play for you, as you can go ahead and basically the opponent cannot really farm you down. You're gonna get the shield here already. You can go for another Disarming Voice. It's going to be very decent for you, as this might force another shield. It does force another shield. Can you actually get to another move here? You can, and this is going to be amazing. Disarming Voice going to take out the Lugia now, and you can realign your Pokemon. Dialga comes in. They don't have any energy advantage, and we see the Lugia now coming up against the Kyogre, while the opponent going to forfeit. Amazing that you were able to get a shield advantage as well as switch advantage against the opponent there with the Florges, as you now see the Giratina against you. This is not the Giratina that you usually see. It's going to be the Giratina Altered. If you actually didn't know, Giratina Altered was one of the best Pokemon that you could use in the Master League for the level 40 version, but actually it loses some more matchups on the level 50 version, because some other Pokemon are a little bit more bulky. You need some more charge moves, which doesn't really help you out that much. So here also, shielding the first one could be a little bit of a difficult one. Usually they don't run, I think at least they don't run the Legacy move there, the Shadow Force, which is just a horrific move, to be fair. Like, honestly, Shadow Force is such a bad move, sadly. Usually they run Ancient Power, mainly also for coverage for Ho-Oh, which is a very common Pokemon. Here we're going to see another shield coming up from the opponent, which I guess is pretty fine for you. They're forced to throw their own charge move here. No shielding this one. You can still go ahead and go for one Sky Attack. Gonna get them low, putting them into a range, I think, where you can even go for one Fire Punch in order to knock out the opponent. But this really depends on how you want to play it. You definitely should shield this move up, I guess. Durico Media, you should definitely get some extra energy now, but we see the Giratina coming in, and this is an amazing swap here. What this allows you to do now is to farm them all the way down. Fairy Wind should do enough damage for you to farm them all the way down. You don't have to use any energy at all in this matchup right now, and you're gonna get out of this matchup with a Moonblast stored, which is going to be amazing for you. You didn't have to throw this one. Like, honestly, this was not really necessary in my opinion. Yes, you're going to avoid an Ancient Power, but I think the energy would have been a little bit better there. As you now see the Groudon coming in against you, Moonblast coming through. You can maybe even go for 2 Moonblasts. Is this going to 2-shot them? It doesn't 2-shot them, but you're going to snipe them with the Precipice Blade. The opponent's Dialga is now completely dry as well. You should be able to outspeed them, but you can also just go for one Fire Punch in order to knock out the opponent. It's going to be a very good game here. This was a very nicely played there as well. But again, I think you don't have to really throw the charge move there with your Florges. Next opponent, we're going to see a Lugia, I want to say, a Ho-Oh there. It's a Groudon. What the hell? You see a Groudon here, which is going to be going for the Precipice Blades as well. You're gonna go for the bait here, I guess, as we're going to see the Fire Punch going to get shielded. This is amazing for you, as it can go straight for the Precipice Blade now, which they're going to not shield up at all, and you can go ahead and go into your Lugia. Maybe a few more fast moves would have been nice as well, because they didn't really need to throw immediately there, and they didn't have the moves out anyway. We see the Yveltal coming out now. This is the interesting matchup here, actually. Yveltal always can have to use one shield, yeah, otherwise they're going to get arrow blasted, which is going to be amazing for you. You're going to let this move go through. They're going to go down there. You can actually mud shot them down here, I feel like. I would at least, yeah, you're going to go for the mud shot down as well. I feel like this is the play to go here. So you're going to see the opponent come back into the Groudon. They have one Precipice Blade here, and you're going to shield this move up, which is going to be very decent for you. Let's see what's coming in. This is going to be a good one for you, because this Togekiss, while it's going to resist the fast move of you, Fire Punch still going to hurt it, and after Charm got nerfed, something like the Florges here, which doesn't require Charm because it doesn't learn Charm, I think, it's going to be a little bit better, because stuff like the Togekiss here will not really appreciate the Charm nerf there. Let's see what they're going to go for. Not the new Community Day move, which is not available yet for me. But yeah, we're going to encounter now the Disarming Voice, which is going to not knock them out, but you're going to be able to now easily win this match up here. There you can go for a Fire Punch. This should be only a Fire Punch, doesn't knock you out either. And a one fast move here was enough to knock out the opponent. Let's take a look at the next game. We're going to see another Ho in the lead. That's going to be horrific for you, but you can just go ahead and go actually, you could go straight for the Precipice Blade there. You're gonna go now for the Precipice Blade, who's going to get shielded for whatever reason. I have no idea what the opponent tried to do there. Let's see if it's an Earthquake. It's a Brave Bird, which is also okay for you. And we see now the Zacian coming in against you. It's going to be an interesting matchup. How you're going to deal with the Ho-Oh later on is going to be a little bit difficult for you. You should still be able to survive one move, especially a Play Rough allowing you to go for an Arrow Blast here. There is no way in hell that the opponent going to shield this move up. So you're going to get a ton of damage against them. And I think you have even maybe a Fire Punch still stored on the Groudon. Let's take a look at this one. Close comment coming through here. You could have actually went into your Florges as well, trying to farm them down. It's going to be a close comment. You're just going to have to farm them all the way down at this point of time. Exactly. Go for 2 more fast moves against the incoming Ho-Oh, and then go for the Precipice Blade. Yeah, 2 more fast moves in total, like you did only 1. You just get some more damage against them with that, because this is basically how you should play it out. Definitely some fast move timing could be improved here. Just giving some direct feedback here as well. Of course, if you want coaching, there's also a link in the description for that. But yeah, something that I can at least see here is that sometimes the fast move timing is not ideal. We're going to see the Togekiss going for one Ancient Power, as we're going to now get out the Disarming Voice here, which should put them into like the knockout range that they're going to shield this move up. You actually still have a chance of winning this here, right? You can go ahead, go for the Fire Punch. I think one Precipice Blade might do already the job here against the Ho-Oh. Let's take a look at this. It's going to be close. Again, I guess it's kind of okay to throw it like this. You could have done a little bit better here, but it's still going to not knock them out. Actually, I think if you... No, actually, it didn't matter. Oh no, it did matter, actually. You would have won this game if you played it, like if you did the fast move timing a little bit better. Because you would have got one more mud shot damage through, which would have knocked out the opponent's Ho-Oh there. So this was a game that you would have been able to win if you did the fast move timing correctly, which you lost 1 turn there against the opponent before. And this basically didn't allow you to get the 1 more mud shot damage through, which lost you the game there at the end. So yeah, that's definitely something to improve on, for you to throw it a little bit better there. We're going to see the Aqua Tail coming through here. Gyarados in this meta I actually kind of like, because you're going to be able to destroy something like the Groudon here. But also it's a little bit risky, because your stat product is just not really... Yeah, it's not really top-notch there. As you're going to see here, you're going to be able to still survive those Aqua Tails pretty easily, as you can go ahead and go for one Disarming Voice. If they shield, this would be amazing. They actually shield, which should allow you to go for another one, but they're going to swap out into the MEWeedle. Like, what are they going to try to do here? You're going to overfarm a little bit too much, in my opinion. Like, you could have thrown already because the opponent didn't throw. You have to throw here right now. Okay, the opponent goes for another fast move for whatever reason. I know what they're going to try to do here, by the way. You try to move, get basically to both moves at the same time, which I like. Because now you could go for the Fire Punch, but they actually have a Dragonite in the back. While this looks a little bit bad on paper right now, you're still going to have a 2-shielded Lugia in the back waiting for the opponent to encounter. There is nothing that you can do about it. You could even swap into the Florges here, to be fair. You can go for the Fire Punch as well, but you don't even reach that one. You're gonna go into the Florges, the opponent going to snipe you with the Gyarados. That's totally fine for you. Aqua coming through. Just, yeah, Lugia is going to have a great time here. Like, Lugia is going to completely destroy the opponent. Sky Attack is going to be enough to knock out the opponent's Dragonite, and it's going to be a very good game here. As we see now the next opponent coming in, Groudon against the Dialga. It's going to be nice because they're always going to outspeed them to the Precipice Blade. Precipice Blade going to one-shot them. Very nice timing there. Going to go for the charge move now. That's going to knock them out if they're going to let this move go through. They're going to let this move go through. Why? You can just go ahead, stay in here, go for the Precipice Blade again. Groudon, if you don't have the right matchup, like, honestly, Groudon is so busted. This Pokemon is, like, so strong in the meta right now. We see the charge move coming through here. Shield Ball going to get shielded. Fine play here for you. As the opponent going to have a MEWeedle and like, good read there, because the thing here is that because the opponent didn't shield the Dialga in the lead and didn't swap out here, they had to have something weak in the back to Groudon. It's something that you can tell basically by how the opponent acts in the lead matchup when they have a bad lead matchup here. So definitely decent one for you here to swap out, because MEWeedle would have been a little bit of a problem if you didn't have your Groudon still left. Like this, you can go ahead, go for another Moonblast with your Florges, as you're going to still do a ton of damage against the Steel type. They will not knock you out with one Rock Slide, and they have to throw another one, but they're actually going to snipe you here, which is totally okay for you. You can go ahead and go into your Lugia right now, farm them all the way down. And what are they trying to do here right now? I don't know, they don't know, they're going to forfeit, and this is going to be a very good game. Next opponent, Zacian in the lead. Is it the fast move Quick Attack? It is the fast move Quick Attack here, as you're going to be able to go for the Precipice Blades. And you're just going to go straight for it, which is a fine play, because you either get the damage, which you're going to get here, or the shields. You can shield this move up if you want to, but it's going to be a close combat. You can even go for your Fire Punch if you wanted to. You would win CMP as far as I know, but you're going to shield up the move and farm them all the way down, as they're going to get into a Groudon. Honestly, here you could have overfarmed a little bit with your own Groudon, I feel like, because the opponent Groudon cannot do anything against the Lugia. Like, they were energy dry anyway. And like this, you're going to just take all the Fire Punches totally fine here. They don't really do a lot of damage. You just overfarm a lot. You should just go for a Sky Attack, to be fair, because again, can get out of this matchup with a ton of energy as well, which is going to be amazing for the Zacian, as of course you wouldn't be able to farm down with your fast moves. Sky Attack coming through, going to get them low, and you can just farm them all the way down here. They're going to swap out, you're going to try to farm them down, but you're going to catch the move now. Is this a Wild Charge? It is a Wild Charge. What an amazing catch. This will really help you out quite a bit. You can go straight for the Fire Punch, but you're going to lose CMP against the Groudon. But you're going to be Yveltal coming in here. That's going to be interesting. This is going to be already a game as well with that, because you can just go ahead and go for the Fire Punch spam here. Going to get them low. They are low in disarming voice range, and they're going to have to kind of shield this Fire Punch as well. Like, what do they want to do otherwise? Because, okay, they don't shield this move up, but, like, honestly, what do they try to do now? Like, you can just go ahead and, yeah, go into your Florges, take the move. They're going to go into the Groudon. You can shield this move up. It can be a Precipice Blade. It's going to be a Fire Punch. You can just swap out here. You can actually go for the charge move. Was not really necessary, but it's still fine. They're actually going to block this move up anyway, so that's totally okay for you, as you can go for another one here. They're going to go ahead and let this move go through. There's nothing the opponent can do anymore. Like, honestly, they could just forfeit at this point of time. This is going to be a very good game here. Dark Bolt's coming through, going to do a lot of damage, of course, but you can just farm them down with the fast move here. As you're going to see now, the final game, I think, we're going to see a Dialga in the lead. This is going to be very decent for you. Zacian is coming in. You're going to go ahead and go into your Florges. This is going to be an interesting matchup for you, because the opponent can do some decent damage with the Play Rough. You can still take one, but the Moonblast is also going to do a lot of damage. You generate energy faster than the opponent though, which is going to be decent for you. I see Moonblast coming through, then again they shield up the first one. They might try to go for like double close combat or something against you as a play. You might just want to let this move go through. I'm not sure about this. You're going to shield this move up. They're going to go for double close combat as expected. I don't know how much you're going to gain from this one here. Yeah, you're going to have to let this move go through. You can actually go ahead and farm all the way down now with your Groudon, which is going to be decent. Let's see what they have in the back. It's going to be an Yveltal. That's going to be a tough one to beat here. I don't know if you can do this, but we will find out shortly, I guess, because you can see now what they're going to do. They're going to go into the Lugia, which is going to be an interesting play. I hope you got the CMP tie there, because you really need to get some damage on the opponent here. You didn't. You can still survive this one. You have to let this move go through. You're going to shield this move up, which is a little bit bad, and I think this is going to lose you the game now. Your only play there was basically going straight for the Sky Attack and trying to, basically try to use the shield later on, because the Dialga can just... Okay, the Dialga doesn't want to farm me down. Maybe there's still some play. just maybe, because the Dialga decided to just not go ahead and farm them all the way down, go for one Draco Meteor against your own Groudon. This could still help you with a potential win here. Let's take a look what you can do here still. We see the Fire Punch coming through. You still need 2 more Fire Punches. I think you actually still might win this just because the opponent misplayed this. This is kind of wild here. As we're going to see, you're going to still... He can still take a move here, unless it's a Focus Blast. It's a Focus Blast. Yeah, it's going to be a good game. Never mind. Definitely a sad one there to end this one on this, but still, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like. Also, of course, there is the top teams for the Master League on the right side and my latest video where I had Legend on the left side, so please click them if they're interested, and otherwise, hope I see you in the next video. Bye!